But I wonder if he has plan B and plan C in his mind too.
In mixed martial arts, sometimes it's like in science. Sometimes you can make a mistake. Every human can make a mistakes. There's certain sport or a certain situation that if there's a mistake made, you're that's it exactly. Sometimes it's the case in MMA, but sometimes you're able to redeem yourself. And if you look the fight with BJ Penn one that I had, which was probably one of the most competitive and it was the fight that I got the most damage, and I was messed up. It took me 3 days, like 2 3 days, to recuperate from that fight. I was really damaged. And my first fight versus my second fight, I made a lot of adjustment because I have learned from my first fight. And also I had a guy. One thing people don't know, like they talk about fighters having secret weapons. See, for me, my secret weapons was not like some is that they use like certain like different things. For me, it was knowledge. I had a guy in Montreal. He was measuring frames. He's not a scientist. He's a friend of Ferras and I. And what he does, he watch fight and he measure frames. The way he does it is when you watch a fight and one of the guy throw a punch, he cut the picture by frame, the video by frame. Clap, 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 clap. So he's able to see which fighter has better reaction time than others. And BJ Penn, he found out that BJ Penn, of all the UFC roster at the time when he was in his prime, he had probably the best reaction time of all. According to him, Lyoto Machida was the second one, but BJ Penn was the first one. So I knew that if I would try to go first, because I always been the fastest guy normally when I fight someone. But when I fought BJ Penn, I tried to go first, and he was always able to, like, I never was never able to touch him with my jab, and he came back with a counter punch. However, because of what he told me, I knew that BJ Penn has a very fast reaction time, but had a very poor reset time. To him, the way he described it to me is like your nervous system is like a muscle. BJ Penn was so fast, but he's like more like a sprinter. So what I did the second fight, when I fought BJ Penn, I made him flinch. Like I fake a lot. So I make him react and flinch. So all that reaction time that he used to flinch was not used properly to avoid my punches. So I load up his nervous system with a lot of information and fake and to make him flinch and pretending I was kicking and wrestling. So he got overwhelmed and he got tired very, very fast. So that's how I beat him. People sometimes they don't know really what's the strategy behind the thing. They only see the physical part. But when you fight someone, if I fight you, I look at you in the eyes. There's a lot of things that going on between you and I. I can look down here, bam, jab you in the face. The audience will not see these little detail, but you will see it. And that's what it makes the magic during a fight. The relation that you have with your opponent, like the mental game, what you make him believe. Those little things, I use a lot of those. If you talk to a lot of my opponent, they'll tell you like I use a lot of these little things, like I look down at banner, I go up, or I'm pretending I want to attack you, so I'm make you flinch. But in reality, I'm just doing this because I want to rest, I want to recuperate, and I'm tired.